conference proudly presented by ATHEENAPANDIAN Private Limited in collaboration with Biomedical and Fovias Biomedical. I call upon Ms. Kriya Shakti ma'am, biomedical trainer from ATHEENAPANDIAN Private Limited, to give introduction about our chief guest.
Thank you, sir. So it's a great pleasure to invite Mr. Pragadishwaran Kadireshan, sir, a dynamic biomedical engineer who brings a wealth of experience and dedication to the healthcare technology. So he has been completed his bachelor degree, and his time there he showed exceptional promise, combining his understanding of biological sciences with technical acumen, which set the foundation for his future career. Starting as a service intern at Cura Healthcare Private Limited, he developed practical skills in radiology equipment like CT scanners, mammography system, and bone densitometers. His hands-on experience in equipment refurbishment and calibration helped him transition smoothly into the industry, where he quickly progressed to a field service engineer role at Secure Healthcare. Here, he gained comprehensive expertise across Siemens, CT, MRI, and mammography systems. In 2022, he took on the role of Senior Executive Engineer at Siemens Healthineers, where he refined his skills in customer support, remote service, and handling complex imaging systems. Recently promoted to Deputy Manager, he now leads service initiatives including the installation and upkeep of advanced imaging technologies in Andhra Pradesh. He has been certified by AERB in radiation safety and quality assurance. He is also trained in molecular imaging computer tomography, ensuring state-of-the-art service and customer satisfaction. His dedication in innovative solutions and his numerous awards, including the Innovative Thinker Award and the Best Paper Award, showcases his drive to enhance healthcare through technology. So we all are in hands to welcome him. Welcome you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for such a brief explanation. Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Pragatishwaran, and today I'm here to share some information on advancements in radiology. First of all, I would like to thank for giving this wonderful opportunity to present my topic. I'm proud to say, I'm a student of Mr. Adina Pandian. I have studied in Acme College of Technology. At that time, he was my professor. Now I'm proud to present being a guest in this firm. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, is my screen is visible now?
Hi, sir. Your screen is visible,
Yeah.
sir.
So today I'm going to share some information on this advancements in radiology, like where I have come across all this 8 years. Most of the time I worked with CT scanner, so I'm going to here share much more information on the CT scanner. Like, hope every biomedical engineer here knows what is CT scanner, like what is this computational tomography means. Nowadays, no hospitals are that, like most of the hospitals are equipped with this computational tomography, which give it is a diagnostic equipment which give much more information on the patient human body, like tumors and many things on those. Like nowadays, we are you. There are five generation. Hope we are knows there are five generation CT scanner. Like now we are using a third generation of CT scanner. Like in this third generation of CT scanner, like we are using a single X-ray tube and a multiple array of detectors was there actually. And these two it is fixed with in a ring, and this ring it is continuously rotating around the patient, and this complete CT it was like divided into two categories. One it is like X-ray generation part, and another one it is an imaging acquisition part. This while scanning a patient, this X-ray tube it will continuously exposing the X-rays, where this image acquisition unit it continuously like gathering the information and it's in for processing, and that doctors viewing that images like informations whatever they are required actually. Uh, these days, like we are using only the third generation. There are fourth generation and fifth generation is also there. Fourth generation, like there are continuous array of detector, whereas a fixed detector arrays we are using. Only the rotational tube was there. Cost wise, it is not that much efficient, so we are like using this third generation CT scanner. At the time of invention, actually, like when I was started my career, actually, like I have seen one equipment. It is called Cytec SRI. When I was in the Cura Healthcare, I have seen one equipment actually, Cytec SRI. That it is an example for the slice to slice CT, which means like it is not equipped with a slip ring. It is using a wired wired technology. Like it is for this rotational parts of the CT scanner. Through wires, it used to supply the power. The power it was supplied through a wires. So for taking an each image, this complete scanner will rotate in a clockwise direction and it will come back to anti-clockwise direction. Since it is using this wire technology, it is using like this. It is an old model. That disadvantages of this wired model, this Cytec SR8, is that like patient has to radiate little more higher time actually. Like getting radiated, the patient has to get radiated too much for getting a proper information. So, being considering this as a biggest disadvantages, they have introduced a new technology called like slip ring. Slip ring technology has been introduced. This is called a slip ring actually. Like here, this power it is getting transferred through a carbon brushes. There will be no contact, no wire to wire contact between the stationary and the rotational part of the scanner. Through this carbon brushes, the power it will get transferred from a stationary part of that machine to the rotational part of the machine. So what is an advantage? Which means like, so we no need to like expose a patient too much. We, like parallelly one side, this X-ray tube and it detector, it will continuously it will rotate around the patient, and meanwhile the patient table also it will like moves. So the area being scanned, it will be fast, it will be precision. So the images what we are capturing also it is on time. This is an old model actually. Like I want to share what is an advancements from the day one actually, the day it was introduced and how it was there actually. Like so, getting into that, what are the components in the CT? Like, first, if you say CT, the first thing comes into the mind is the gantry. The gantry is equipped inside this gantry. All this like electronic components, this X-ray generators will be there. This image acquisition center will be there. This power distribution units will be there. This is patient table will be there. Like from here, this is an examination room, and this is in like console. Console room comprises of that monitor, keyboard, and one control unit for giving this information from this monitor to this gantry. Is my voice is audible? Hello?
Yes, sir. It's audible, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So one control unit will be there actually. From here, what all the informations from this console, it will get transferred to this gantry room. So whatever we need actually, like how many of you knows like what is a power required to produce an X-ray? Any idea? Okay. From 80 kV to like 120 kV power it is required actually, which means like 80,000 voltage to 1,20,000 volt power it is required to produce an X-ray. So, but what we are using is a three-phase power, which it is a maximum of 420 volts. Like phase to phase is 420 volts. So, how we are converting like mini AC DC, like many things, many transformers, everything it will be there actually. That it will converts that 420 volts to 1,20,000 volts will be there. It used to convert, and by getting after get the X-ray tube will get this 1,20,000 volt, then it will produce an X-ray. Then this X-ray will get captured by an uh, image acquisition unit. Then it will get transferred as an image to the console monitor. So next we are going to see the detailed view what is inside this gantry. See, this is how it looks like. This is an X-ray tube, and below to the tube the collimator will get attached. And exactly opposite of this X-ray tube, the detectors will be there. So detectors cooling unit will be there, and X-ray tube cooling unit will be there. See, by producing so that much like voltage, 1,20,000 voltage it is coming now. So that much amount of they are using like a oil cooling system only. It is used for this X-ray tube will be there. So this is an X-ray tube. This is an X-ray tube, and this is a collimator. So sorry, this is a collimator, and this is a tube assembly. So then it is a high frequency generator, which usually we used to call different manufacturer used to call it in a different names. One manufacturer they used to call as high frequency generator. One manufacturer they used to call as a HV tanks, high voltage producing tanks. All these things based on that manufacturer it will get different. Then this one it is here they are calling it as an onboard monitor. Usually this is called as a master board for rotation. Actually, what are all that? See how this components, all these components are there, and which sequence it has to work, and what is the power it has to produce. Whether it is an 80 kVA, it is a 100 kVA, it is 120 or 140. So what are all the kVA it has to expose, what is an MAS it has to expose, everything it will be like controlled by this master. He is it is called as master for rotation. Like this complete unit is a rotation part, and this board it is called as the master board, and it used to masters all this components in the rotation part. Once everything it is ready, this master will communicate with this master. He is a stationary computer, which means like stationary master, MAS they used to say. So he used to take care of all the complete section, like what apart from this rotation part, from outside PDS will be there, power distribution system will be there, then antennas will be there, like fans, cooling fans will be there. So all these units are controlled by this master stationary. This master rotation will report to this master stationary, and he used to like once every system is ready, he used to send a ready signal to this master, and once he confirms that all the signals are ready, he will transfer that information to this console. It will give you ready for expose button will be there. So whatever that inputs you are giving, first this computer will share this information to that integrated control system. So from here, integrated control system, it will goes to this master unit. From this master unit, like it will share that information. So this KVA and this CMA I have to expose now. He will share this information to this system. Then from this, will share this information to tube and tank. So all together, it will perform a complete scan. It will be performed. So at that time, actually, at the time, like the ancient times, like they used to use BNC cables. So these are all that one advancements. What I'm trying to say is like initially they used BNC cable, then it was changed to LAN cable. Then this communication it was nowadays they are using like fiber optic cables. Like fiber optic cables is meant for fastest communication. So nowadays they are using a fiber optic communication. Like in ancient days, like once that information given, so not even I can't able to say it as an ancient days, like 2 or 2 decades before, once the information is entered and it is given, it will take at least 1 or 2 or 3 minutes to convey to all these boards and getting this ready signals. Nowadays, like it will be like a fraction of seconds. It will be like 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Once that like a technologist enters the details and he uh, shares that enters the data and he make that system ready, like it will take 5 seconds, less than 5 seconds to make the system ready, and it will send all the signals to till the tube. It will send all the signals and it will get back the signals within 5 seconds. It will send that ready signal. Once signal is ready, within 10 seconds the scan maximum. If you are using a higher study, means like angiography or some other studies, it will take a time of 1 minute or 2 minutes. Rather than it as a normal brain study or a normal human body study, it will take you less than 30 seconds. That is an advancement which was made in this CT field. And the detailed view of X-ray tube. This is an X-ray tube actually. Like uh, hopefully most of you seen this only the diagrammatic view. This is an X-ray tube, CT X-ray tube. See, this is a cathode. Here it is a filament control will be there. Filament focus will be there actually. So this filament focus, one filament will be there, and it will get heated. It will be separately powered by a filament driver board, which is located inside this controller, tube controller. So first, it will give some MA power, like to they are saying right MAS. If you take a CT or X-ray, they used to say MAS KV. KV is different, MAS is different. KV is meant for tube current. Whatever that X-ray producing it is like, that is KV. This MAS is for this filament heating current. Whatever the current which is using to heat this filament is called as MAs. That in MA amount of current they used to heat this filament. Once this filament is heated, like X-ray start producing. So then it will start hitting this anode target. Then this X-ray will be produced. So in olden days, like the anode, it won't get rotated. The fixed anode will be there actually. So if it is continuously hitting in the same place, like arcs or dots will form as soon as possible. So the failure rate is high. So they are using a rotational anode. This anode, tungsten anode, it will rotate continuously with the help of some magnetic deflector rotors will be there. So this anode will rotate continuously, so that spot where the electron it is hitting, it is not a same spot. So it is keep on rotating. So this electron will get heated at a different spot. So this will increase the tube life, and cooling also will be there actually. Like, as you are all aware of that, only 1%. See, 1,20,000 volt current we are supplying it to the tube. Out of this, only 1% of the current it will be converted into X-ray. Rest everything it is converted into heat, and we have to create a very good dissipation. Heat dissipation should be used. Then only it will increase that lifetime of this tube and also. And that heat dissipation units, they have to mention it as MHU, mega heat units. So if you are buying a tube, like suppose if you are buying a bulb, how you are rating that one, like in watts, I want 100-watt bulb, I want 60-watt bulb, like this. If they are getting a tube, they used to say like, I need a 1.5 MHU tube, I need a 6.3 MHU tube. Those who are like based on the slices. If they are using a 64 slices, if they are using 128 slices, they will prefer high MHU tubes. So that can, so the tube can withstand a high heat dissipation will be there actually. So coming to the detectors, like there will be complete array of detectors will be there, which means like 32, usually 32 or 45 detectors, 45 different modules will be there actually. So 40 different modules will be there. So in olden days, they have used ionization chamber actually. It was like vacuum tubes. Some ionization chambers is used as an detectors. So once that X-ray falls on that ionization chamber, that it will get converted into light signals. Then it will get converted into electrical signals. Then it is a very long process. And in olden days, they have used it as xenon gas ionization chamber. But that accuracy, accuracy of producing this images through with the help of this ionization chamber is very less. The image it won't be that much clear, but we can able to get in assorted images that doctor has started. We can diagnose this. Then slowly it was converted into scintillation crystal detector. Currently, we are using this scintillation crystal detector. They used some like for example cadmium tungstate and silicon photodiodes they are using actually. So the scintillation detector, what it will do now, once this X-rays it is produced, once this X-rays are produced, once it is fall on this detectors, this scintillation, it will produce a light signal, minute light signals. So this light signal, it will get below this scintillation detectors, photodiodes will be there. So that photodiodes will capture this light signal and it will measure the light signals. Then it will process and it will produce an image. So that is what detectors, scintillation crystal detectors will be they are using. Now that a recent advancement is like direct crystal semiconductors they are using. So by using this crystal semiconductors in our thing, like photon counting CTs will be there. In this photon counting CT, directly, like there are no scintillation crystal. There is no X-ray to light, then light to electrical. This conversion it won't be there. So that crystal it will directly converts this X-ray into electrical signals. Like so that one conversion medium will be there. So while converting this X-ray to light energy, from that light energy to electrical energy, some wastage will be there, some dead points will be there, like it won't be that much, like some of the images will be blurred, that because of this dead points. So nowadays the direct crystal semiconductors are using. So this crystal semiconductors it will directly converts this X-ray into an electrical signal, so we can measure that one actually, and it will process and we'll get a very good clarity of an images through this one actually. So there are these are all that some advancement in the detectors. So so these are all the process. Next time coming through, like these are all the sample images. So if we see what are the obstacles while getting these images and all these things is artifacts. So if power is not okay, if earthing is not okay, if patient is breathing while scanning, motion artifacts, this is a sample for motion artifacts. If while scanning, if patient started breathing, like at the time, because of this motion artifact will come. This is an example for stick artifacts, like if crystal, like if detectors are not good, this kind of artifacts used to come. This is an overlap artifacts, when it used to come in the sense like here I used to see I missed one point actually. One main point will be there actually. Here it is a pitch factor. Pitch factor means this gantry is rotating, right? This gantry rotation and this table movement should be correlated. It should be like if we are dividing this patient table movement, dividing this gantry rotation time and this patient movement table movement time, it should be always one. Why? Because then only this overlap images it should not happen. Either it should not be higher or this should not be higher. If this rotation is higher in the sense, if it is more than one in the sense, overlap of images used to come. If the table movement it is fast, then missing, like many data will be missed actually. You don't get that much data missed. And these are all like bone artifacts, metal artifacts they used to say. Metal artifacts are bone artifacts. If bone is too hard, in olden days, I'm saying all these images are from olden days. So they have taken some measures and they have changed many, they have brought many advancements for getting this one actually. These are all some bone artifacts images I have seen. So, as a service engineer, what we will do once a customer logged as a complaint, like I am facing this kind of artifacts. First, we used to do a calibration actually. Like we used to have a phantoms will be there. Like phantoms, it is nothing but a glass filled with some water, and particular portion it will be like similar to the bone, some density, like a PP phantom will be there, polypropylene phantom will be there. So we used to like take scan with that phantom, and we used to check if that things it is okay, then we used to then we will start our troubleshooting with the starting with the phantom. This is in water filled phantom. So under CT scan, like if you fill the water in a circle, like a cylinder, it used to seen like this, and it is an air calibration without any phantom, like that. If you expose normally, the images will be like this. So first we used to take scan with this phantom. Then based on this, we will start troubleshooting what kind of artifact it is. If this kind of artifacts it is that, then we used to check the power, all these things. Then breathing artifact in the sense like motion artifacts, if you are detecting, like we used to check accordingly. So in olden days, what is the advantages from olden days? It is like now low dose CT started circulating in this market. Previously, like with if you want a very good clarity of images, we have to scan the patient with a high dose. Nowadays, low dose CT it employs very good software that it will converts even with that low kV and low MA. We can able to get a very high resolution. For example, like this is also one kind of tube actually. This is Craton tube actually, and this tube is like it will maybe like Acron tube they used to say like that. It is a Straton tube. So for low doses, we are using this. If you are using this tubes like that lifetime and all, it will be very much high. It will come. So by using a low dose, patient also will get less radiated, and what are the necessary information we can able to get it. Since ARB used to impose a very big, good law, it is called as ALARA, as low as reasonably achievable. ALARA, it is a very good thing actually. Like only for a diagnostic purposes, we should not radiate the patient more. But the base thing actually, as low as reasonably achievable. If you got your thing get satisfied, then you should stop exposing the patient. So that many low dose CTs are introduced in the market. Then next advancement is like dual source. So here we have seen like this is a single source, single detector tube actually. Nowadays, dual source in the sense the exact same like the similar kind of tube will be there here, and similar detector also will be there here. So by using the dual detectors, our time it will get saved, and like we can able to get a very good precision, and that it will be a very fast scan. Where and all that is application will be there now for cardiac scans, like while scanning this heart, that CT slice which are above 64 only we can able to get this cardiac scans done. If it is like if you are using a dual tube, like the cardiac scans, like for the each beat of a heart also it will get recorded. That images also it will be get good. That is dual source. Nowadays, dual source also introduced in the market, and these are all some sample images. Here I want to explain. Dual source is different. Dual energy it is different actually. This is an example for dual energy. Uh, if even though if you are scanning some particular studies like kidney stone studies or calcium related studies, it won't be that much clear in a normal CT scans. Like if we are using a dual energy, see again I'm reiterating, dual energy is different, dual source is different. Dual source CT scanner means two tubes will come, whereas dual energy means single tube it will expose in two different energies, and by subtracting that we will get a very the information what we required. The first and best example is like kidney stones and calcium related studies. Particularly this calcium related studies, first they will expose with 100 or 120 kVA, they will expose the patient, and with very low kVA, like in 30 kVA or 40 kVA they used to expose. So we will get one images in 100 kVA and another images in 30 kVA. We used to subtract this. We will get the calcium scores. This will be like most important for doctors who are diagnosing with that kidney related studies. This dual energy is much more important. Then the study is like this is an angiographic images, head to toe. Angiography means like hope most of you guys knows that by injecting a contrast into the human body, first we will take a scan, complete normal scan, where without injecting any contrast. Then we used to inject a contrast at a particular time. Then immediately we used to expose. This contrast media will give high resolution under the CT scans. So once this contrast started flowing into these walls, if any blockages like in a heart, there are many angiography you can be able to see. Cardiac angiography is there, neuroangio is also there actually. So either the vessels which are going to that brain or vessels which are going to the heart, if any blockages is there, this contrast will get stopped over there actually. Like, and you can able to see either because of the calcium deposit or this cardiac blocks are there. It will be clearly visible through this angiographic studies. Through CT we can able to do without any intervention, only by sending this contrast inside the human body, and this contrast also have a short lifespan. Either it can be injected through IV or oral contrast also there actually. and the patients will drink that contrast, and it will stay into the human body for a particular span of time, then it will get excreted. And same in the blood actually. For neuro scan studies, like for stomach related or all the studies, oral contrast will be preferred. Whereas neuro studies, all these things through IV, patient will get injected, like that contrast will get injected, and that it will flow over complete body. And this kind of images used to get actually. These are all the 3D images. And by seeing this, like I'm going to this 2020 where this COVID wave came. COVID wave, biomedical engineers have given a very big hand, but we are silent partners. Only the doctors, they are the warriors over there. See, I'm proud to say, like at that time, we have given like I have worked on the company where we have given like contactless studies. We can able to take a CT. So COVID, it will be visible only in the CT where HRCT, high resolution CT for lungs, they used to come and take actually. Like this is a normal scan actually, like normal patient. This is a COVID attacked virus. It will be visible like this. So at the time, so here we used to provide a 3D cameras. We used to provide here actually. Like patient can sit in this console room. Sorry. Technologies can sit in the console room where patient can directly enters and he can lie in the bed, and from the console room we can able to adjust this position with the help of a camera, and we can scan this uh, scan the patient, and he can get diagnosed. um, then this images, initially it was 2D, then at 1990s and all, at the earlier 20s it was the 2D images. Then slowly 3D images it was introduced, which were much more information without any surgeries. Like doctors has able to view much more informations through those 3D images, and he can able to treat the patient with the help of these images. And yeah, so initially with 2D images, that is that CT was producing only the 2D images. Then at earlier 20s, it was converted into 3D images. We can able to get the 3D images, that our treatment is much more efficient with the help of this 3D. Then slowly cardiac came into field, and 3D images like cardiac images with time and motion. Above 64 slice scanners, this cardiac images will be there, and the fluid dynamics also imposed. So nowadays fluid dynamics also there actually, like even we can able to separate that pure and impure bloods and all these things. Then nowadays virtual reality also it is there. The information what we are getting from that CT will get directly converted into virtual reality, and with this dissection, the treatment is just much more easier. Then that recent advancement is holographic. That this is very new and it is under progress. That images from the CT images we can directly view into the through holographic view we can able to view. Any questions? Open for questions now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable session on the CT, sir.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
Participants, if you have any doubts, kindly ask to the sir or put it in the chat box.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Team ATHEENAPANDIAN. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, and then one more
Okay,
question
one
is
minute.
there, sir.
So could you please elaborate on low dose CT and conventional CT? See, there is conventional CT. I will explain you here. See, with this, the difference it is like the quality of images. The quality of images what we produced is that is the main difference between this low dose and high dose. Initial days in the conventional CT, if you want a good quality of images, we have to increase the KV and we have to increase the MA, which means like if we increase the MA, which means like for example, this is the filament rod. So if we increase the MA, the amount of electrons projection it will go more high, 400 MA, 500 MA. So if it is increased now, like so amount of electrons if it is more, that amount of X-ray production also it will be more. So hard X-rays it will get produced, and that will get penetrated to the human bodies. So getting radiated to that such a hard X-rays is not good for health actually. So for quality, for an image quality, we should not increase the KV and MA. So that's why this low dose CT has been introduced, which will give the same quality or even a better quality with low KVA. The CT images will start from 80 kVA, so even 70 kVA it will be there, like, but image quality will be a bit distorted. 80 kVA it will be like quite good. Then 100 it will be good. Like then 120 it will be too good. But not for all studies we need 120 kVA. It depends based on the parts. So by introducing this low kVA machine, like even with the low kVA, we can able to get a very good quality of an images with the help of image reconstruction engines, which will get like it is a one software also involved in this. Hope I cleared your doubt.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable answer, sir. And then one more question is there, sir.
What is the question?
Could you explain the advancement of CT scan with VR technology, sir?
Yeah. See, as I told you, like initial days, it was only 2D images. It was there actually. 1 minute. Let me take the images. See, 2D images are like this. A patient used to like that. If you are going for a scan, that scan technologists will give you a film with this like this multiple images. It will be like only 2D images. If you see here like a tumor kind of thing, it will be viewed, and that area they will measure, and this is like some infract will be there. Like this images it will used to come. So slowly it get developed into 3D images. If 3D images is there, exact location and what is the size, what is the 3D view, like how it get connected, everything it will be there actually. Like a decade before this 3D it was introduced. Nowadays that it will completely inverted into like even the virtual box, like along with the CT machine, they used to give this VR box to the doctors, where that images, even with the help of hand, on sensor it will get viewed over the hand. With that sensor, if it is getting enabled, he can able to dissect the image directly. He will get the images like this at exact at what point, the help of the sensor, he can able to dissect and he can able to view, which will give much more information before proceeding a surgery. What are all the things doctor doubts and all these things are there, they can able to view. So at exactly what points they have to open, means like what surgery they have to operate, all these things information it will be there. And one more important application of this VR study is that, like in initial days in educational side, it will be like a very big boom. Before if a doctor is studying, and before touching a patient, before touching a human, before starting operating a human, he can go through this VR operation procedures, VR surgery procedure. Like we can scan a complete patient, and we can able to produce a complete 3D images, and they can operate that with the help of VR box. They can able to operate. They can able to dissect. It will give confidence, and it will like it is a boon for medical students. And that is apart from the this is a first advancement. Even one step ahead is holographic view. This like it eliminates this complete VR box at all. Like this, after getting these images, the downside a holographic with a couple of mirrors and all these things, like separate arrangements will be there. that holographic view will be there actually. That all the complete images, it will convert it into the holographic projections, and with the help of certain tools, like we can able to dissect this one also. Because CT, you can able to say like directly without CT, you can able to directly project this one. But if a patient with a particular disorder, if we scan a patient completely, and if that information, if we got in a holographic view, we can able to directly dissect, and we can able to view what is inside before operating a patient without any intervention. Directly we can able to. That is what this advancement. Oh, I given
Thank you, sir. Thank
explanation
you,
for
sir.
this.
Thank you, sir, for your
Any other
valuable answers,
doubts?
sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Next, I would call upon Ms. Kriya Shakti ma'am, the biomedical trainer from ATHEENAPANDIAN Private Limited, to introduce our next chief guest.
Thank you, sir. It's a great immense pleasure to introduce Neha Hari ma'am, a skilled biomedical engineer with a strong background in healthcare technology. She began her journey at Fortis Healthcare, gained hands-on experience in equipment maintenance and safe operations. She then progressed to Aster Prime Hospital as a junior biomedical engineer, where she supported patient care by installing, calibrating, and repairing biomedical equipment. Currently, she is part of the Cloud9 group of hospitals, where she oversees pre-installation planning, equipment installation, and engineering support for clinical and diagnostic departments. Her responsibilities include budget forecasting, procurement, asset management, and quality assurance reporting for NABH audits. Her attention to detail and expertise in documentation and equipment maintenance make her an asset in delivering high quality healthcare services. We gradually welcome you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Hello everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Thank you for the wonderful welcome. So I'm Neha. I'm working as a biomedical engineer in Cloud9 Hospital, Sarjapura Road. I'm working as a biomedical in charge here. It's been only 9 months since we started this new unit under Kids Clinic India Limited. So it was a wonderful experience me to involve in the launching of this new project. So I'll be sharing those experience uh, while presenting the each and every topics. So today I'm gonna talk about the roles of biomedical engineer in a hospital. So previously I worked with the Aster Prime Hospital also as a junior biomedical engineer, and I started my career as a biomed intern at Fortis Healthcare Private Limited, Bangalore. So let's begin.
After.
My screen is visible.
Yeah, it is visible, ma'am.
Okay. So the topic is role of biomedical engineer in hospital. So anyone having any idea about what exactly biomedical engineer do in a hospital? Anyone? Okay. So let me start. Please tell me if in between any screen issue or audio issue anything is there. Please let me know.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. I will inform to you, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. The slide is moving, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. It is moving, ma'am.
Okay. So biomedical engineer plays a crucial role in integrating engineering principle with medical sciences. So we biomedical engineer, we are helping our healthcare team to enhance patient care by integrating the engineer principles with medical sciences. So we are designing, developing medical equipments and medical devices. Thereby, we can ensure the patient quality and patient safety. Thereby, we can improve the patient outcomes. So in hospital setup, we have to collaborate with many healthcare professionals like doctors, nurses, and technicians. And apart from this, there will be many HODs in administration. So like pharmacy in charge, all peoples we have to collaborate. Why means in hospital there are different types of equipments. So each equipments will be handling by different peoples. So if we are collaborating with all these peoples, we get to know that what exactly they need, what's their requirements. So if we are communicating with them and if we are talking to them, we get to know what exactly they need and where they are lacking. So once uh, if we are communicating in such a way, we get to know the requirement and we can meet that requirement. Thereby, we can ensure the smooth functioning of our hospital. So by this, we can advance the diagnosis, treatment methods, overall health delivery. So in hospital, what is the importance of biomedical engineer? Why biomedical engineer is required in hospital? So, if biomedical engineer is there in a hospital, we can enhance the medical device functionality. How we can enhance? We can ensure that medical devices are working fine for patient use. And how we can ensure? By conducting regular maintenance, regular upgrades, and which can contribute the improvement of patient care. Thereby, we can reduce the risk. So if you are not handling an equipment properly, so there will be many complications like the it will affect the patient safety. But if biomedical engineer is there, he biomedical engineer can conduct the regular checkups, periodic checks, and all these things. So he or she can ensure the patient safety and he can avoid the device related complications. And also biomedical engineer can train the healthcare professionals. So biomedical engineer, this is very important role of biomedical engineer in hospital. Why means if you are purchasing a new equipment, only the biomedical engineer will be aware of how to operate that equipment properly. So once the equipment is installed, biomedical engineer has to give the training to all the end users. Thereby we can improve their we can increase their confidence. So once they are confident enough to use the equipment, so thereby we can give proper care to the proper treatment to the patient. Thereby we can improve the patient outcomes and also we can increase the patient safety. So the next one is innovating patient-centric solutions. So biomedical in hospital, so we are purchasing all the equipments from different companies, and the biomedical engineers get to know where these equipments are lacking. So for some equipments that will be not user-friendly designs. So biomedical engineer can develop innovative technologies. They will get innovative ideas to improve the uh, designs. We can make it user-friendly by giving our innovative ideas to the particular companies, or we can suggest them, and thereby we can even we can customize some of the technologies. as per our needs. So going forward, we are discussing about the major responsibilities of biomedical engineer. So it begins with hospital planning. So in this phase, a biomedical engineer has to involve in the floor planning, and uh, biomedical engineer need to have a thorough plan of devices ranging from low risk to high risk. And also he has to consider the geographical area. So he has to involve in the floor plannings also, because once the equipment is purchased, there is no enough space to keep the equipment. What we will do? So before starting the hospital itself, there will be a plan. So that in that plan, biomedical engineer has to give some ideas to improve that plan. Where the for example, so this is now I am working in a new hospital. So I involved in the floor plans, like or the designing of IVF OT, IVF like normal OT, and what are the equipments we are going to install inside that particular departments, how big it is. So what is the pre-installation requirements? So all these things we have to discuss in that phase. We have to discuss all things like what we are going to do in the future. This setup is okay or not, we have to confirm in that particular phase. So once that phase is over, it will be very difficult to make changes in future. But before that, we are planning in a nice way, it will be very smooth. Once we start the hospital, once we purchase the equipment, that installation time will be very smooth. If you are planning if you are planning hospital in that way. And also, uh, in during the hospital planning time itself, this management will discuss about the return of investment. So we have to think about that also, how much we are investing. We have to discuss about we have to calculate the return, how much the return, how much we are investing, how much the return will be there. That we have to calculate. We have to calculate the return of investment also. And after this calculation analysis, all those things, we have to make a bill of quantity, like a BOQ includes all the like equipment details. So each and every department will be having this separate. I'm talking about only biomedical. So under biomedical, what are the equipments is coming? So all the details will be there in particular list, like how many equipments, like how many departments are there. During the planning itself, we will plan how many department will be there. So once the department is confirmed, how many equipments we are going to install in that particular department, and how many quantities, which make, which model we are going to install, and like which floor constructing the this particular department. All those things will be there. And also the vendor, we have to like confirm for which vendor we are going to give this order for this equipment. So that vendor details also will be there in that BOQ. Then once everything is done, we will do the pre-purchase evaluation. Pre-purchase evaluation includes the when like the availability. We have to check with the vendors about the availability of the particular equipment, how much it cost, and then we have to do the negotiation also. So we have to search for vendors or some particular, like for corporate hospitals, there will be some registered vendors. We will be purchasing from those vendors only. And so we have to do the negotiation for the particular order. Then once this uh, pre-purchase evaluation is done, the negotiation also done, we can go ahead with uh, purchase request. So we have to release from biomedical engineer has to do that purchase request and all. So internally some process will be there. Then once done, Once after getting the approvals and all, we can go ahead with purchase order. So we have to release the purchase order to the particular vendors. In some of the hospital, there will be a separate team for this PO creation. Purchase order means PO. PO means purchase order. So for this creation, there will be separate team. It called CPD, Central Procurement Team will be there. So here also that is available. CPD team is there. So they only created the POs. So they created the PO and they released this PO to the particular vendors. So this each and every steps of the procurement we have to document it. We have to document all the processes. Then once purchase order is released for some particular equipments like radiology equipments, like X-ray or ultrasound, all these things we have to take NOC, non-confirmation. So the legal team will help for this. So they will be taking all those things. Here in this hospital, it has done like that. It depends on the up to the organization. So we have to take the NOC before giving the like after giving the PO. Then once NOC is received, the vendors will for only for radiology equipments. I'm telling the other. Excuse me. The other equipments like the normal equipments, after releasing the PO, the vendor will supply the equipment after giving the confirmation. For radiology equipments, we have to take the NOC. So once NOC is there, the vendor will supply the equipments. And for ultrasound machines and all, after getting PCPNDT only, we can start using the ultrasound machines. Okay. Then, like for example, for X-rays and all, for other radiation equipments, we have to perform QA, quality assurance we have to do. Then after QA, they will be providing QA certificates. We have to submit this to we like our radiation RSO will be there. So in unit level or in corporate level, RSOs will be there. So we have to submit these equipment documents to them. Then they will do the work. They will do the registration process like AERB registration, Atomic Energy Regulatory Boards and all there. So we have to get the license from them from there. Then only we can start using this X-rays and X-ray and all. For ultrasound machine, we have to get the PCPNDTO and all. So each and every department, there will be some legal formalities. For IVF department, we have to take the ART license. So all those things, some legal formalities will be there. We have to just coordinate with the legal team. From our side, we have to submit the invoice or PO or some like equipment related whatever is there. So we have to give them. The legal team will ask the for some documents. We have to provide that them all those things to them. So that's it. Then and also this capex item, all this capex item, capex means capital expenditure, and opex means operational expenditure. So this project time, they will purchase all the capex item, the costly items, that is one time purchase. So all these items they will purchase from project. Means before starting the hospital, they will release all the POs and everything. They will make it ready. All the things, all POs, everything they will generate, and they will the CPD will release to the vendors. OPEX means hospital is started. That time we may be requiring some like accessories or any spare parts or small things like that. All those things will comes under operational expenditure. So all this purchase also will be there, and we have to document all the or processes of all these procurement. We have to document. So once purchase is done, we Slide is visible.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Your slide is visible, ma'am.
Okay. So once purchase is done, we can contact to the particular vendor for supplying the particular equipment. So we have to check the purchase order and the invoice. Once the vendors will come and they will supply the equipment, that time we have to check, cross check with the purchase order whether they have supplied all the items, whatever we have given order. So we have to cross check with purchase order. Then we have to install the particular equipment. So once they deliver, we have to contact the service team and they will be coming. The installation or service engineer will visit the hospital and they will give the support for installation. They will do the installation work. So once installation done, we the in-house biomedical, which means the hospital biomedical engineer has to check the device performance and operation, and he has to ensure whether it's working good, and he has to give the signature on the installation report. So once installation is done, we have to get a installation certificate. And before installing for some equipments, there will be normal pre-installation requirements, but for some like CR processor or some other equipments, there will be some pre-installation requirements. They need this much like power or UPS or AC, all those things. They will give pre-installation requirement list. So accordingly, we have to uh, make sure that we it's available in our unit. For CSSD and all, there will be a particular needs, pre-installation needs will be there. So we have to ensure that it is available in our unit. Once everything is available, call we can call the service person to come and install our equipment. So once the installation is done, we can check the operation and performance. Then we can start using. We can commission the equipment. So once installation everything is done, we have to make a master asset also. The master asset in the sense, the all whatever things we purchased, we have to document it, and also we have to make a list of all equipments, all the asset list we have to make. In that asset list, there will be a asset number, like asset description will be there. Asset description means equipment name, then make, model, serial number, and which department handed over to whom. All the details will be there. So nowadays, here we have implemented the software for asset management and complaint management. One software named auto asset is available, so we are using that software for asset management and complaint management as well. So we, in that particular software, the the all equipment whatever is available in this hospital, all the details will be available in the particular software. And by using a QR code, we can scan each, like we will paste a QR code on each equipment. Once by using our phone, or we can scan the particular QR code and we can find out this asset, this particular equipment belongs to which department, and what is the serial number of that equipment, and when it purchased, what is the in like purchase details also we can find out from the software. Invoice number, purchase order, like how many year old, and warranty details, or all those things, like maintenance details, PM done or PM due is there, calibration details, all those things we can find out from the particular software. So we have implemented that particular software in our unit also. So once all those things done, once installation part is completely done, we have to train the end users. So this is the next task. This is a big task because this was a new hospital and everyone was new. Equipment is new. I'm also new. Even the staffs also new. Everyone was new. So the training was a big task. So and also that time the freshers was more like in all departments. So we have to give the application training for every healthcare workers, like the clinical side, like doctors, nurses, technicians will be there, no? So all those people, we have to make sure that they knows how to operate the equipment safely. So if they are confident enough, means uh, we can run the department smoothly. Otherwise the patient will not get a proper treatment, proper care from care by using the particular equipment, and also there will be some complications, and it's actually a risk, because we can't ensure the patient safety if somebody don't know how to use a equipment in a particular manner. We can't ensure the patient safety. So there will be some risk. So it's very necessary to give the training to the healthcare, I mean nurses, end users. So we call as end users. So the people who are using the equipments. How we will train them means we have to give hands-on experience. We have to arrange one session. We can give the we can transfer the theoretical knowledge as well as practical knowledge also. We have to train them in such a way. Then once training sections are over, we have to get a signed document from them. It's like a attendance sheet. We have to document it for future audits, and because we are documenting every processes, so the training also we have to document. And also monthly or weekly I'm taking conducting training here. So weekly, all Wednesdays I'm taking training to the end users. Like each department, I'll choose one department one week, and I'll conduct the training to them, because it's a refresher training, because after some time they may forget some things, and some maybe some new upgradations will be there. It's better if you're giving refresher training, means they'll become an expert. And so they are very confident. If in case of any issues, I can guide them through a phone call also. They will do it. So normal small things means I don't have to visit the unit during night times and all. They will manage it. So it's better if they are confident enough to use the equipments, means we have to make sure that so the training is very important. So the next one is breakdown management. So once equipment is installed, once it started functioning, so the new equipments will be under warranty. And however, we have to do the periodic checks like preventive maintenance and all. So the if any breakdowns is there for new equipments, it cover under warranty. For a particular time period, the warranty will be there. So once the warranty is over, we have to give the maintenance contracts like AMC, CMC, all those things we have to give. And suppose the equipment is under breakdown, we have to manage it by analyzing uh, how this equipment failed, what is the complaint, how what happened, is a physical damage or any like spare part malfunctioning or anything. We have to check it. So if it is under warranty for it, or if it is in under contract, the service team will help, the particular company will help by providing their service support. So we have to analyze it, what how it happened, because we have to prevent this again. The further breakdown we have to prevent by analyzing and by defining, by taking particular measures. We can prevent the like number of breakdowns. And also in hospital healthcare setup, the downtime, the breakdown time, how we have to like it should be very minimum. We have to minimize the downtime. So we have to provide the support on time. And maybe it will take 1 to 3 days. That is okay, but uh, it should not long as one week or like that, because we have to manage it. All these equipments are we are using for patient care only. So we have to take that responsibility to close the uh, breakdown as soon as possible. And how we can prevent the breakdown means we can conduct the periodic maintenance, like preventive maintenance. We can do the calibration once in a year. We are doing the calibration, and maintenance we are doing biannual, which means 6 month once, like yearly 2 times we are doing the preventive maintenance. And also we have to document all these things like preventive maintenance or calibration, whatever we are doing, we have to document it. Even the breakdown also we have to document. The same software, like we are complaint also, like end users will raise complaint. Once its equipment is under breakdown, end users will raise the complaint. It will reflect in the particular software, particular app in phone or our system. So we have to go there and we have to check what is the how it happened and all. Then once it's done, we can inform the end users. We can close the complaint, and the end users are also asked to verify that we have done this, we have closed this particular complaint. And this then also, after once it's done, we have to observe it for like a few days. We have to observe the particular equipment. Any again anything, any issues there, anything will happen, we have to take care of the equipment daily. We have to go rounds and all. We can check the end users is handling the equipment in a proper way or not. So maybe some maybe they won't take they are not taking care properly. We have to instruct them strictly, then only they will follow the if they are following nicely, means the lifetime will also increase and the equipment condition will be good. So thereby we can ensure that the patient is getting good treatment. So thereby we can enhance the patient outcomes. So we have to manage the breakdown. And also one more thing, we can do a risk-based assessment. So if you are approaching a particular equipment in a such a way, we can think that what kind of potential hazard this particular equipment is having, and how it will malfunction, how what we have to do to prevent the breakdown. So those things and all we can observe and we can provide our service for that, like as like a preventive maintenance we can do. So these are all about the breakdown management. So the risk-based maintenance approach, I told we have to approach in a way of like we have to see what are the potential risk. We have to approach a particular equipment in like a way, in such a way. We have to prioritize the maintenance activities. We have to involved in the all such activities, like if even the end users is not using it in a proper way, we have to correct them. And also we can identify the high risk equipments, and what are the significant hazard it poses if it is not properly maintained. Those things and all we have to think, and we have to work accordingly. We have to schedule the maintenance and all those things, then we can reduce the breakdowns. And in hospital there will be different types of like audits. Internal audits will be there, external audits will be there. The main audits include NABL, NABH, JCI, NNF audits. All those things will be there, audits will be there. So these accreditation bodies will come and they will visit the units, and they will cross check all the documents, and they will check how the like how the hospital is running. All those things they will evaluate, and they will give NC if any, like if any problem is they found any issue, they will give NC. And for these audits we have to prepare for this audit, and we have to maintain our department as per their protocol. So we have to maintain all the documents, we have to conduct the all maintenance activities, all is many things are there, many documentations are there. Like I told from the each processor, whatever we are doing it, whatever we are doing here, we have to document it. All those things is required for every audit. They will ask all those things. So the reports and documents related related to each and every devices, we have to submit to the auditors. They will check all the documents. If anything, any issues, they will report the what issue is there, they will report that. So the documentation and reporting. So the detailed like what are the things we have to document. So from the if I'm telling from the beginning, we have to document all the POs and POs, invoices. After PO means purchase order, we have to document. Then once purchase order is released, the equipment will supply. That time we will get the invoice. Invoice means that bill we will get. So that bill we have to document. So invoice documentation should be there. So that invoice also capex, opex, we can separate it and we can document it. Then installation reports will be there. All the installation reports we have to document. Then this maintenance activities like preventive maintenance will be there. So that also we have to document. Then calibration things will be there. So that also we have to document. And apart from this, the training activities, those things will be there. That and all we have to document. And like radiology related, all those things, all license or QA or like those reports. So all the many such some things will be there. The everything, whatever work we are doing, all those things we have to document it. And even the service, what service we have done, all those things, and what spare part all we changed or we procured. So everything we have to document it. And this documentation is very very essential for tracking of the equipment, for tracking the history of an equipment. And also by documenting all those, we can ensure that the safety protocols we are following. And during old times and all, it will be very helpful. And if the document is not there, it will be very big problem. Then documentation of all, like if some particular equipment is out of use and it's like a beyond repair, we can't repair anymore. So in that such case, we have to do a condemn of that equipment. So we have to label that equipment first as a condemned device. Then we have to take approval, all those things and all, and we have to document it in the category of contamination, and we have to condemn the equipment. So let's do a recap. So the responsibility of a biomedical engineer in a hospital begins with the hospital planning. If it is a existing hospital, means the hospital planning will be not there. But if they want to add some more departments, the same thing will be there. So if an old hospital want to add a new department, like for example, a cardiac, they want to add a cardiac OT or anything else like that, they want to add something, means same thing will be the floor planning, the designing and departmental pre-installation requirement, all these things we have to meet. Then the involving, so we'll recap all those things: hospital planning and involving in the design of floor plans. And then we have to calculate the return of investment. We have to calculate the how much we are investing, how much we'll get the return. So the past, then we have to do the pre procurement analysis. Then we can release the PO. We have to make the BOQ, and we have to release the purchase order for the uh, vendors. Then the vendors will supply the equipment. So then we have to install the particular equipment. For radiology equipments, QA will be there. Then once ever installed, we can start using. We can commission the particular equipment, and we have to give a training to the end users. Then we have to create a master asset list for all the devices in the entire hospital. Then we have to do breakdown management. Periodic maintenance will be there. If it is a old equipment, like if it is not a new hospital, if it's an old hospital, we have to take the contracts, maintenance contracts, and we have to do calibration annually. And we have to document all the above mentioned processes. We have to document each and everything. So this is all about the responsibilities of biomedical engineers in hospital. So the responsibility of a biomedical engineer is not just limited to a device handling. We have to ensure that the entire environment, the entire hospital where the device fit into is well managed and maintained without fail. Because if you are doing such practices, such proper and timely practice of all these steps, we can offer a good standard healthcare services to the public. So thereby we can enhance the patient outcomes and we can ensure the patient safety. So the biomedical engineer have a great role in the hospital, and he has to collaborate with all the healthcare professionals. We have to communicate with doctors. They'll be sharing their requirements, their needs. We have to meet them, all those things. We have to discuss if they want any new setups or they want any new equipments. We have to arrange them that to them, and also we have to help the end users. Maybe we'll get some night calls. We have to attend those things, or else we have to manage the situation. Basically we are a solver. We have to solve many problems in hospital. Here all kind of skills, like we can build many skills if you are working in a hospital. The we can learn how to manage people and how to manage equipments also. So for providing this wonderful opportunity to share my learnings. If you have any question, you can ask.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable session on the clinical engineer in hospital, ma'am. And then participants, if you have any doubts, kindly ask to the ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Kurbandin. I am audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. Regarding your session, your biomedical engineer responsibility, you explained fantastically. Actually, it's a flow. So from the beginning, planning, selection of vendor, purchase request, installation, pre-installation, asset management, equipment log. What are the things in the equipment logs, and training attendance, refreshment training, breakdown maintenance timing, daily checkup, risk-based maintenance, audit, internal audit, external audit. What are the documents to be maintained in the hospital? These are you explain, no? It is
Yes.
fantastically. I am very grateful and thankful to you.
Thank you,
It's
sir.
nice, nice for nice information. And I have one doubt regarding the calculation of returns.
Yeah,
As you
yeah.
told, yeah, that we should, as an engineer, we should do, or this is the scope of management or doctors. What is the equipment we are purchasing? How much cost? How for the test? How much price should be fixed? It is by the management only. Our engineer, what is their response?
So yeah, it's a nice question.
Mm,
So we have to approximately we have to evaluate, and
mm,
if it's a management thing only, but as a biomedical engineer, if you are purchasing a particular equipment, we have to like if you are purchasing such a costly equipment, we have to calculate the how much that particular equipment can return as an investment to
okay.
the management.
Okay. Okay. Mm.
So how much
For the test,
utilization will
how
be
much
here?
price has to be
How
for the
like
some CD machine we are purchasing, some
mm.
crores it's coming. So for one test, how much cost will become, and what is the life period? This has to be
And also
calculated. Huh?
how much how much the like how many patients will come where the our hospital is locating, all these things, all the marketing things will be there. No, we have to analyze all these things.
Okay.
uh, like we will not do
Oh,
that much deep study, but we have to
mm.
consider this while procuring in equipment, because that will be helpful for the
Oh,
management. If just think, if you are purchasing a equipment unnecessary and there is no use, so it's like a wasting of money. So instead of
Yes,
wasting
yes.
that money, we can invest that money to the something better,
Okay.
like
Okay,
that
thank
I
you.
mentioned.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Anyone else?
Anybody have any doubts? I think there is no question from the participants, ma'am. Thank you once again, ma'am, for accepting our invitation, ma'am. And then you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
beautifully explained the role, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much for providing this wonderful opportunity. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Bye.
Next, I call upon Ms. Kriya Shakti, ma'am, biomedical trainer from ATHEENAPANDIAN Private Limited, to introduce our next chief guest.
Thank you, sir. It's a great privilege to introduce our next guest, Dr. Sujata Malik ma'am, who is a visionary healthcare leader with over 2 decades of expertise in healthcare management, clinical research, and healthcare information technology. Currently, she is the CEO and Managing Director of Sunburst Healthcare Private Limited. She is also a managing partner at Iconic Healthcare and a trusted healthcare consultant for Bajaj Finserv. Her career spans pivotal roles including Director of Medical Strategy at Jahangir Hospital and Medical Director at Sakra World Hospital, where she led strategic growth and quality assurance initiatives. An alumnus of Symbiosis Institute for Healthcare Management, she combines a strong medical foundation with advanced management expertise. Her contributions to healthcare extend to pioneering advancements in electronic medical records and medical education, making her a leading force in transforming patient care and healthcare services in India. We welcome you, ma'am, and it's over to you.
Thank you, Kriya. Uh, may I request your team member, Mr. Sri Manoj, to please, share my presentation?
Yeah, ma'am, sure, ma'am. I will share, ma'am. Just wait a minute, ma'am.
So, very interesting talk by my predecessor, and it is very nice to see young people, going so deep into the topic. And yeah, my congratulations to Neha. Um, so, good evening, everyone. Um, Today, I shall be talking about the impact of biomedical engineering on patient safety. Some parts of it have been touched upon by Neha, but today I'm talking from the doctor's point of view or the healthcare provider's point of view. So, your perspective was that of a biomedical engineer, which you have put up very well. Uh, Mine will be a thought about how we see it as healthcare providers, and so same thing, different aspect of it, different dimension. So it's indeed a pleasure to be speaking here at this forum, and I'm grateful to the organizers for inviting me. It is important that every biomedical engineer and technician understands that the machine that he is designing, assembling, or repairing will have a living patient at the other end of it. And so his work is critically important. So you are doing a great, very important job, and you must actually applaud yourselves for doing it and doing it so effectively. So, what is biomedical engineering? It is the use of engineering principles to improve healthcare by applying them to biology and medicine. So, the skills of the biomedical engineer are used to design and problem solve to advance healthcare and treatment of patients. Biomedical equipment are used for diagnosis, monitoring, and therapy. And what is patient safety? So, patient safety is preventing harm to patients during healthcare delivery. There is a basic principle of healthcare, and that is never to first do no harm. So even if you may not be able to do something for the patient to improve his condition, the one thing that you should not be doing is to prevent harm to the patient, and that becomes our primary concern. When you see, can you please change the slide, Sri Manoj? So when you see
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, when you see the patient environment, you would find that it is a very busy kind of field where there are a lot of personnel, doctors, nurses, technicians who are around the patient doing various things. There are the patient is hooked on to so many machines. There is monitoring going on. There is life support being provided. And at the back end, there are machines like laboratory imaging, which are providing critical information about the functioning of the patient's organs and systems. So the medical teams are guided by the findings of these machines to take crucial decisions. So in essence, the man, that is the personnel, the doctors and nurses and any other personnel involved in patient care, and the machine are of equal importance. So malfunctioning of any equipment could have a detrimental effect on the patient outcome. So also, if a wrong decision is taken in the light of any of these inputs that we are receiving, or a wrong decision which is attributed to any of the healthcare workers, again that could cause um, uh, an adverse patient outcome, an adverse event, and therefore it has to be avoided at all costs. Now, biomedical engineers and engineering per se has an impact right from the time of medical device development. So patient safety should be at the heart of design and development of all biomedical equipment. The importance of a safe design and accurate delivery could not be overemphasized. Imagine what would happen if you had an infusion pump which was not delivering medicine the way it should, in the quantity that it should, what impact it would have on the patient. Similarly, what impact would a pacemaker which is not adjusting the rhythm of the patient to the extent that it should, if there is a malfunctioning in a pacemaker, what impact it would have on the life of a patient. So it is a matter of critical importance, and that it is important for all the young biomedical engineers to understand and be ready to do their part on it. If monitoring systems were not showing us what is really going on with the patient, if they are showing us erroneous data, life-saving decisions could be delayed. Similarly, alerts, if they are, if they are, the alerts are activated at the right time, this could help in saving the life of a patient. The healthcare workers could react faster and take corrective action faster so that the patient could be saved and outcomes could be improved. Also, now all these machines, they run on software programs and are oftentimes linked to patient EMRs, and they generate significant data which impacts the life of patients. This data which is being generated is patient specific. So safeguarding its confidentiality, privacy, integrity is absolutely mandatory. And this again is something that the biomedical engineer should be aware of. And when you are aware of something, then you would definitely think about it and take action in line with that. The next one. So what is to be done? It is important that we have risk assessment and management strategies in place. So what it means is that we have to preempt, we have to understand that there are certain risks in that in the work that we are doing in the patient's environment. And therefore, biomedical engineers must understand that what they do can make a difference of life and death to the people who are there hitched onto that machine. They should anticipate and manage the risks that can arise, having procedures for risk analysis and management which are well entrenched in the system of any good biomedical engineering outfit are of crucial importance. So there would be FMEA, if there are any near misses or where some harm could have reached the patient but it was saved, then to analyze such events and then put in place protocols to prevent any recurrence of such incidents is of paramount importance. So having assessed risks, one must also manage them. Also, there are mechanisms like fault tree analysis, which I'm not going into the details of. I'm just saying that all risks should be analyzed and the corrective actions and preventive actions should be taken in line with that. Safety protocols should be implemented, and even after having brought a device to the market and after it is being used in the healthcare environment, these machines should be regularly calibrated and preventive maintenance to be done and servicing on time should be done so that the machines function optimally, because these are not just machines, they are actually going to very critically impact patient outcomes. And this knowledge, which I see that a lot of you are well aware of, is very important for all biomedical engineers and healthcare workers also, because biomedical engineers are actually part of the same healthcare environment in which they work. So the usability engineering is the other aspect where you cannot ignore the usability aspect when designing any equipment. The user should be able to use these equipment comfortably. The ergonomics should be borne in mind. The ergonomics should be borne in mind at the time of design. And you do not want a nurse or a technician to find it uncomfortable to work on the machine. So if they are uncomfortable when they are standing in front of the machine or sitting in front of the screen is not in line with their eyes, they are going to be, tired at the end of the day. So it is always good to keep in mind the human factors, the ergonomics. The interfaces should be user friendly. They should be easy to understand to reduce errors. Training and simulation by biomedical engineers, the previous speaker has stressed quite a lot on, and she's right. If the user doesn't know the use of a machine, then it will be harmful to both the patient as well as to the machine. And therefore good training and good simulation exercises for healthcare personnel are also of immense importance. Coming to the regulatory compliances, not only do we have to make sure that our systems work in the healthcare environment, we have to also be very, very vigilant that all regulatory standards and guidelines are followed in designing and developing biomedical equipment. Those equipment which are imported also should be in line with the regulatory requirements in the country. The organization which regulates the biomedical equipment in India, as we all know, is CDSCO, Central Drug Standard Control Organization. It is responsible for approval, registration, and administration of medical devices and in vitro diagnostic devices. The quality standards like FDA approval, CE certifications, ISO certifications, they add a further layer of safety and quality. They are above and beyond what is mandatory through regulations. Today, even medical software and applications are actually being regulated by CDSCO. The DPDP Act, that is the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, is now in force in India, and we have to see that the compliance of to this law is there in letter, because we do not want a loss of reputation and face as far as the biomedical team and the healthcare team are concerned, and ensuring device safety and effectiveness is of course of paramount importance. um, Interoperability of biomedical equipment. Nowadays the systems talk to each other, so the machines are actually um, built in such a way that they are interoperable. The process that enables medical devices and other systems to interact with each other in real time is called interoperability. And there are various standards, protocols, technologies, and mechanisms that allow data to flow between diverse systems with minimal human intervention. Technological advances are making machines capable of interacting with each other. Monitoring equipment can push data to therapeutic equipment like ventilators. So, interoperable machines and AI and ML are the order of the day, and we have to be ready to understand that these things will happen, and we have to see how the actually this interoperability makes life easier for the uh, healthcare workers. And and the machines generate so much data that a lot of algorithms, AI and ML algorithms can be run on that data and can be used for further improving and making healthcare more efficient. All these elements must move in tandem and keep the patient at the center of everything that is being done. So there have been case studies of infusion pumps, how enhancement in safety features and alerts has been useful in preventing errors, how that has also brought down the nursing workload, and therefore, you know, such case studies are in existence, and they are evidence that improving technology and in biomedical equipment is going to improve the working of the healthcare workers and improve the patient outcomes. Also, electronic health records, the integrated systems that are there now, they also have been shown to reduce medication errors. And so it is basically the end point is, of course, always patient safety. Um, what are the future trends in healthcare management? Healthcare is slowly being, in fact, it was always part of healthcare, was always being administered beyond hospitals, and there is community-based healthcare. But now that you have people who are living longer, you have a lot of lifestyle diseases, and much of the care, a lot of care, in fact, a much bigger fraction of the healthcare is now moving beyond hospitals, and patients are receiving care at home. In fact, my company Sunburst Healthcare is doing just that. We provide healthcare at the patient's home. So functions like telemedicine and remote monitoring through IoT devices have become the order of the day. And because they are there, they have to also fall in line with all the safety standards that are that need to be implemented in hospitals. So not only should the safety standards be met when we are caring for patients in hospitals, but also when the patients move home and are being cared for at home. So patient safety has to be extended beyond the hospital setting. Artificial intelligence in diagnostics is also something that we are observing, and this is again, it has made life easier for the imaging and laboratory departments. A lot of repetitive tasks are now being taken over by are driven by AI. However, even so, the human element still counts, and mm, interpretation of such reports, and monitoring that they are published correctly is the job of the people who are responsible. So finally, the ongoing attempt is to enhance accuracy and reduce human error. So, biomedical engineering is vital for enhancing patient safety. Ongoing innovation and compliance are crucial for future advancement. I'm sure you all agree with me that the biomedical engineer has a big role to play in enhancing patient safety. He's not the only one, but then everybody has to work together to ensure that the one goal that is there is patient safety. And for that, a lot of innovations, lot of compliances are actually being put in place. With this, I come to the end of my presentation. And if there is anything that any questions that anyone has, I will be happy to answer them.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable session, ma'am. Participants, if you have any doubts, kindly ask to the ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, this is Kurban. Your explanation regarding the patient safety as a biomedical engineer, I think up to our calibration level, our job is finished, I think. But after your explanation, I come to know during the handling, same time we have to monitor and what is the limits, alerts coming and malfunctioning. This has to be, we have to monitor and not stick on the only in the calibrations. From your talk, I come to know our job has to be extended up to line process, and what are the standards we have to follow, and these things I come to know from your speech. And same time, ma'am, regarding the risk assessment and case study, only this biomedical engineer can't do, no, some team has to be formed from management. They will support, no, the doctors or medical in people involved. We make a team, then only we can do risk assessment, case studies. Not only person, myself cannot do, no, ma'am.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. This is patient care, patient safety is team effort. Yes, the healthcare personnel are the ones who are there on the field, and they are the ones who are actually taking the decisions. The only thing is that because we lot of healthcare, like earlier days the machines were less, the so it was healthcare was much simpler, and the it may not have been that effective, but still it was a little safer. Today, with everything in place, with lots of technology in place, there are instances when doctors and nurses need the help of biomedical engineers to you know see to it that the machines function rightly. It is not that the biomedical engineer is alone responsible for patient safety. Actually, what I was doing was I was showering praises on the biomedical engineers and the biomedical team, saying that they are doing a very crucial role. But I do understand that the decisions will be that of the healthcare personnel. The biomedical engineer has to support by ensuring that the machines function optimally. That's what it is. So,
Okay,
and yeah,
okay, man. But
naturally, it cannot happen that only the biomedical engineer cannot ensure patient safety. It is just that if the machines function well, it becomes useful to the clinical team to do their job.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, but in practically, they are putting in all the any issues come on, means they will put on the biomedical engineer. They are not supporting you. It's your job to analyze, your job to do like that. They are escaping. The doctors and management are. It is your job. It is your job. But I alone I cannot do only. No, I
Naturally,
need some department
naturally, you
help to.
there is no
Yes.
question of it. So somebody may be doing this, they also look for an easy scapegoat. But
Mm,
but you're absolutely right. It is
mm.
them who take the leadership role, and you have to support them by giving them the machines in correct condition.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable answer, ma'am.
Tell me.
Participants, if you have any doubts, kindly ask to the ma'am or put it in the chat box.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. I think there is no doubts for the participants, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. And it was a pleasure meeting all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for our acceptance, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I want to extend my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their expertise and inspiring knowledge to us. As we conclude today's session, tomorrow we have a session at 6:30 p.m. Thank you for your participations. Thank you.